Does it work? Hi, thank you all for coming. Actually, I was thinking if there are less than 10 people, then we should go for a coffee and discuss it. But it's glad to see that so many of you are interested. I didn't put so many figures, but maybe we can discuss around all this and all other questions that you may have about the Romanian market. So, the basic internet penetration figures, according to Eurostat, internet penetration in Romania is around 38%. Other studies show it around 36, 37. So across 36 and 38 is the overall figure. Broadband is 24%. These are numbers for 2009. For a population of 21.5 million, the numbers that usually occur in these studies go around from 7.3 to 7.7 million. And we have many active internet mobile connections. In 2009, these were 4.58. These are figures counted by the local telecom authority, the one that governs the telecom, that regulates the telecom segment. And going to the online advertising, we have two main data sources that you may check whenever you feel you need other info about Romania. We have the IB Romania ROAD study that shows the volume of online advertising. It's similar to the ADEX done by IAB Europe, and it's actually comprised in the IAB Europe report for all the countries in Europe that have local IABs. It's not perfect because we can only measure what we can. It's the maximum things that we can measure at this point in Romania. So we have declarations from the main players in the market. We have up to 18 players giving declarations for this study for in 2010. Unfortunately, no Google, as you know, in no other countries but UK, Google gives the sales numbers. No Yahoo. And partially search and classifieds. What we tried to do was we tried to talk to agencies that run Google ads for their clients and try to get them to report the volume of search that they do for their clients. It's only a part of the Google search market, but it's the maximum that we could measure at this point. We also have BRAT, which is the institution that also audits press figures, press circulation figures. They also do this online audience study, which is a classic tag measurement, and also demographics for the participating websites, which are around 300. There are, of course, some other websites that aren't monitored by BRAT, but they all have their own monitoring services. But of course, BRAT is the one recognized by the industry, is the official audience measurement institution, and most of the websites that run advertising campaigns are audited by BRAT. Of course, there are other data. There's the ITU report by the ONU organization. There's Eurostat, and there's also the media fact book for Romania done by Initiative Media. Probably in other countries they do this report as well. So these are the sources that you can hold on. So these are the sources that you can check whenever you want to get up-to-date info on the Romanian market. So now let's go to the figures that we have so far. We only ran this ADEX study for 3 years, from 2007 through 2009. The data for the first semester of 2010 are still in the works and will probably be delivered shortly. But for the first 3 years, these are the figures that that we counted. A very good growth in 2008. Then 2009 was the crisis year. As I told you before, we only count local players and some of the search. Initiative Media in its media factbook estimations includes a bigger number, 18.5 million, including what they estimate to be Google and Yahoo. They also estimate a 15% increase in 2010. This was the crisis graphic. As you can see, the first semester of 2009 was the bottom of the ocean for online advertising in Romania. The second semester of 2009 was the first one to recover, and then we hope that the first semester of 2010 will go even up. As you see, previous semesters were only higher and higher, and only that one was down by 34% from the previous one. Well, the main players, you can find them on the IAB Romania website because they're all members. We have many ad networks also selling Romanian sites, also selling spaces on international websites. Major publishing houses, a part of large media groups that also have other publishing channels, print, radio, TV, and also exclusively online publishers. You'll have a list of top websites. It's the list gathered from the sati.ro. This one you can check monthly, and all the data is public, so you can see in any month, in any given month, the results for the previous one, and you also can see daily and weekly users and impressions, and sort them on each field that you want to do it. We also started to measure mobile websites, and on the same website you'll find updated information from all the mobile websites that are counted within sati.ro. A little info about formats. As you know, the ADEX study also gives information about every format and the volume of it enclosed in the general volume of online advertising. Display is classically the most widely used format, but it started to go down to be a little smaller part of the online advertising budget, but still is the main one, and with an overwhelming 72% in 2009. Also on the rise are every other online advertising channel, from video advertising, affiliate, classifieds, contextual. I didn't give you the numbers of all these because they're all in the one figure zone. So compared to display, they have permanent growth. I chose to put here the ones that have been steadily growing from 2007 to 2009, but still they're in the one figure zone, and we'll see in the first semester of 2010 if there is one which will go over and have a two-figure number. Industries. Traditionally, banking has been the sector investing the most in online advertising, but last year, since banking cut a lot of their budgets, telecom, having a steady growth all these 3 years, took leadership and became the industry that invested the most in online advertising in Romania. As I said, it had a very steady growth, and from 2010 to 2009, this growth was of 177%. So almost 3 times in 2009 than in 2007. These are the websites that you can check for all this data, and this is one of the things that we done this year. We ran a study in order to prove many things at once. Also, the place of the internet in the online mix, attitudes of users, also looking to see if online advertising is too aggressive and how are they affected by it. And I'll show you some figures which I think you'll find useful, and maybe you can use them in your country as well. Yesterday was a presentation from Comsport talking about the clicker, saying that, okay, 80% of people never click. Since I don't think that it's actually true. I mean, everyone does click sometime, but still, we had the same questions in our study. We asked them if they click on ads. 43%, almost half, said that they didn't. But of course, that doesn't mean that none of them never ever clicks an ad. They just don't remember. They just don't feel like answering otherwise. And 57% said that they did. But from this figure, 26% wanted to just close the ad. And this is one of the things that we wanted to show both agencies and clients, that put all these banners that you can't escape. Of course, we have the IAB standards, but they didn't, until now, they didn't regulate too much the aggressivity of overlayers and similar banners. We're thinking of some version that will give some, maybe some regulations and some recommendations regarding this area. And still, this is one of the arguments that also made us think about it, and also helped us show clients that aggressivity is not the only thing to do online. A third of them, yes, click the banner to follow the link. And many of the online agencies in Romania are now using this slide when clients ask them to do something big, to make some ad that pops up in your face and takes over the whole window. Another thing that we tried to show was that, okay, clicking is not the only thing that people do in online advertising, with online banners. They also get influenced by it. They also get the same effect that they do in every other medium, because in every other medium what you get with advertising is exposure to a message, and then you have to be sure that the exposure to that message gets in the recipient the desired effect. And it can be click in every medium, so it can be click also in online. So what people do other than click when seeing an online ad, they search more info about it. Almost 15% of them consider buying the product, the service, after being shown an online ad. To 7.2% of them, the banner has a brand effect. They change the image in their minds comparing to the competition. And of course, 60% say that, okay, we don't think that we get influenced by online advertising. And actually, if you go on the street and ask 10 people if they're influenced by anything, an ad that they see on the street, 9 of them will tell you that, no, I'm not influenced by advertising. So the main figure here was that 15% of them consider buying the product after seeing just an online ad. Does this work? Doesn't work. Okay. So 15% of them buy the product after seeing an online ad. As I said, we also delivered with this study a perspective on the role of the internet across the internet media, the whole media mix. And one of the things that we shown was that people, after seeing ads in every other medium, come to the internet to find more info about it. So we looked further into those people and seeing that people who see messages in other medium and then come online to look for more info are actually even more likely to buy the product than just regular users that see the product online. So it's important to use the internet with every other medium that you advertise on. This was what I told you before. 72% of people said that they, of internet users, of course, said that they usually go online to look for info in the case that they see ads from other channels that, of course, they interest them. This was the figure of the ones that bought the product after doing all that. Okay, so they go online after seeing products advertised on other channels, and some of them go on to see what bloggers say about it, so what users on social networks say about it, because this was the overall theme of the whole Webit event. They also go directly to look for the company's name, for the brand name, or for some ad elements that they remember from the ad in other mediums. Well, this is the likelihood that they will buy the product. So even more than the ones that just go on the internet and do whatever, these that have specific ways to research information received from other mediums actually have a more likelihood of buying the product. So that was it. Now hit me with the questions. Yes. Yeah, sure. Sure. These are the two. So these are two places where, as I said, you can find up-to-date info on what I showed you in the first part.
Okay, my question is, on the slide with the top categories for advertisers, you had drinks. Mm-hmm. Is that alcoholic drinks?
No, it's soft drinks. It's the whole drinks category, yes.
Yeah.
It's not, no, it's not alcoholic drinks.
I don't know how.
It's beer, it's soft drinks.
No, beer is soft drink.
No, beer and soft drinks.
I agree, yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Okay. Not highly alcoholized.
Hello. I want to ask you, do you know, are there any big differences about Bulgarian market and Romanian market in your sphere?
I'm not that familiar with the Bulgarian market, but...
Or any other market in Eastern Europe?
I don't know. Tell me what you want to know about, I mean, give me something about the Bulgarian market, I can tell you.
I didn't mean anything specific, but something big, something that is obvious difference.
Well, there are these large trends that happen in every country. I mean, social networks gathering more interest than, let's say, the sites used for interaction in the past, like dating sites. I don't think, does anybody ever use dating sites anymore? Things like that. Of course, display advertising having a large part of the overall budgets is also a trend. One of the things that we can't compare is the search market, which some countries have these numbers for and we don't, but you can check out the estimation that I used with from initiative media's media factbook. And actually on mediafactbook.ro you can download their reports for 2007, 2008, and 2009. And 2010, I think.
So there was something very interesting in the beginning of your presentation, the high percentage of mobile users.
It's not a percentage, it's the number of connections as counted by the telecom authority.
I look at it as a percentage compared to Bulgaria and some other countries that I have some data about. When and how and why this happened? I mean, because this is higher than normal, at least for this region here. So what is the reason for such a big mobile penetration?
I think it's not a high number because you have to think that the mobile penetration is over 100%. So at 20 million terminals, 1/4 of them being used for mobile access, I don't think that's too much. It had been growing. If you want, I can give you another website where you can check the previous reports for this figure, because they're doing it yearly, and I think they have like also 3 years of history, and you can check the trend from 2007, 2009. But still, it's a real number because they're all, as we're counting from the declaration, each euro in the ADEX study, this is almost the same way that they count connections, and it's not an estimate, it's just a figure of mobile connections on the mobile phone. They also have mobile connections on laptops and things like that. Actually, there are, from their report, there are more mobile connections than fixed connections, because fixed connections don't have the same, can have many more users than just one, because they have large companies that use the same connection to many computers. They have little online providers that use the same connection for many people and so on. So there, in that place, the connection number is a lot smaller than number of users. But here we have mobile phones that are active connections because they only count connections that have been active in the last 6 months. So it's closer to, it's not exactly the number of users, but it's close to it. Yes?
I would like to continue with the topic of the mobile phones, and it's regarding the smartphones. Which is the one that you use most? Is there a big difference between iPhone and BlackBerry, and basically about the applications?
We don't have figures of smartphones of actual terminals usage across all models. I think there was an AdMob report saying that we have in 2009 60,000 iPhones. But it wasn't. It was just for iPhones because they were doing ads on iPhone. I don't think that we have figures for other terminals. But still, I think in a country like Romania, Nokia is still very relevant to this, even to the smartphones, not just iPhone and BlackBerry.
You just mentioned social networks are popular in Romania.
Yes.
They are, of course, everywhere else. My question is, Twitter or Facebook, which is more popular? Or is there another one which you consider most?
Well, if you count monthly uniques, then High Five is the most used social network in Romania. Then there is Facebook. I think there were a lot, like 1,700,000 accounts last time I checked. There are also 2 Romanian social networks. One is Neogen. And the other is TPU.ro, a thing like Yahoo Answers, similar to it. So these would be the main four. Twitter is actually used by a small amount of people. We have a monitoring service that counts the Romanian accounts. I think they counted around 35,000 accounts on Twitter, and only 7,000 of them were active on a weekly basis. So Twitter is just for us industry guys and a few thousand others.
How do you see the situation with global players coming to your market? So Facebook is taking over, or Google is there, I guess. And how do you see that the local social networks, they are losing audience? What are the trends?
No, actually, all of them are growing. I don't see any local website losing audience to, I mean, bleeding audience to some international players. Of course, they're growing probably less faster than they could if they weren't global players. But still, we have equivalents for many of them. I mean, we also have a local YouTube called Trilulilu, and it's it's focused on mostly young people, and it still gets, I think, around 3 million uniques per month. So it's a pretty used video service. Google is Google for every market. And of course, again, Facebook is Facebook. But one of the things that we don't have compared to other countries is large portals. Many of the countries that I know have some big portal that gets almost the largest audience in that country. We have a few large news websites that come close to this, but none of them is actually a portal in the classical sense of it. For Romania, portals have died a little around 2 years ago. There were some portals, but all the players focused on other services, and they went down.
Hi.
Sure.
So I want to ask you how many registrations are there in High5? And
how many registered users?
Da.
I don't have the figure with me. But still probably double the number of people registered to Facebook. At least double.
Which means 3 million and something?
More than... around that 3
and do you
million
have
figure.
information about how applications in High5 are doing, like games or...?
No, but I can put you in contact with somebody who's doing that in Romania, if you want.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do you have video sharing websites in Romania, your local, I mean, and which are the biggest ones?
As I told you, the Trilulilu one, the one with the funny name, this is the largest. And there's also a smaller one called 220.ro. I don't know how the difference among them is at this point. Yeah, of course. But yeah, so the bigger one and the smaller one. And I think there are many other smaller ones, as in every field.
One question, how about torrent trackers? Do you have in Romania?
We probably do, yes, but they're not used for advertising. they're not taken into account for monitoring. They just are somewhere in the dark corners of the internet, which exist in every country and everywhere. But no, we don't use them for advertising. Well, there can be always companies that use them to advertise something on it, but our members, the agencies and the advertisers, don't do it.
What I wanted to ask is, how huge are they?
I don't know. Nobody measures them, actually, so we don't know, and we don't want to know. We just know that they're there somewhere. I can't give you links. Shoot.
Do you have a big local player on the search market or on the performance advertising market?
We have HT Pool, we have local offers of HT Pool, but I don't think that there is a large player focused on that. But there are also a few other companies, web design agencies, online agencies that do this for their clients, but I think there are few specialized agencies and there are small. Most of agencies do this and all other online marketing activities.
Part of Google, what are the other search engines? Yahoo being how big they are?
Well, we don't have actual figures for the Google market share in Romania, but I can tell you it's almost the single search engine that people use. There is a local initiative of a major publisher to have its own search engine, but I think it's pretty small compared to Google. There's also usage of Yahoo search engine, but also I think it's pretty small compared to Google.
What about online purchasing and trading? Is it popular in Romania?
Purchasing and trading, you mean like eBay?
Well, yeah. Is there some local site that
yes, it is. There's a very large website called ocazii.ro. I think it's partnering. You see his banner here. There were some other attempts, but neither of them got to where the site is. And everybody, when thinks online auctions or online trading in Romania, thinks ocazii.ro. So it has a very good position on the market.
I'd like to add to that question with regards to e-commerce and credit card processing. I mean, is it debit cards, credit cards? Is there a lot of payment providers? What does that marketplace look like in Romania?
I'm not a specialist in this area, so don't think that I know all the answer to this. There are two major credit card operators. One is Romcard, and the other is GCAD Payment. Okay. The one that was just bought by Naspers, I think. The market for online purchasing in Romania is like 20 times the market of online advertising. I think last year it was around 400 million euros, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Okay. So I think if you want to research this field, these two websites will be helpful, Romcard and GCAD Payment. Come on, any other questions about Romania? I just got started. We have a lot of time. How many minutes do we have? 5. Okay, so 2 questions. Last 2 questions. Okay, so if there aren't any more questions, thank you everyone. If you need any more info, I'm available, and I'm here tomorrow. Thank you.